All right, this is all steel. I'm fixing to go to the scrapyard. It's really not that much. And I was gonna let you have a little guess. See what you think it's gonna be worth. I'm gonna say $7 or $8. What do you think I'm gonna get for this, hon? $10. I say $7. I'm gonna say $7.50. Just enough to just enough to cover the gas over there.
I know, but if you take it to the dump, you gotta pay them.
That's right. If I go to the dump, which is, you know, just down the street, they charge me to bring this there. So, I mean, if I break even, I'm still doing better than going to the dump. All right, I think I got to get my... Breezy, are you in the truck? Yes, you are. All right, he can go. I'll be back in a minute. Love you, bye. No, I can't take two, hon. It's not right. She's just a girl.
I know, but she used to go before Keith.
She's old, and I can't take care of two of them. I'll be back. Love you, bye.
Okay, I'm old.
Well, you can take care of yourself. That little tail. You just love going, don't you? Well, I am mildly surprised, pleasantly surprised. Let me get into a good spot here in the road, and I couldn't stop in there where I was because there's so much going on. So I want to pull over up here, see if I can find a wide spot, and I'll show you the ticket. Well, I'll be here for half a freaking day. Anyway, let's have a look at this ticket. I had the tin. I had like 5 pieces of tin. They gave me $3.64. I had long iron, which is, you know, pipe and the square tubing that held the roof up. They gave me $8.40 for a total of $12. That's way better than I thought. And then I forgot that I had some what I would call dirty aluminum because it had tar and a ton of screws in it. Well, they gave me $23 for it. I'm really surprised. Really surprised. So they're paying 40 cents a pound now. And when I brought the carport over here, they were paying 35 cents a pound. So I had 59 pounds. Very interesting. Well, I like that. I like that. They're very honest. They don't try and screw you out of, you know, a pound here, a pound there. And actually, the guy says, what do you got? When I went to the back, I said, I got some dirty aluminum, which by all rights, if they had called it dirty aluminum, they'd been well within their rights to call it because it was covered in tar. And I guarantee you that was half the weight of that aluminum was that tar. He said, I'll go ahead and pay you clean aluminum on that. And I said, oh, thank you very much. So dirty aluminum, I think, is like 7 or 8 cents a pound. And clean aluminum is 40 cents a pound. So I made $23 on aluminum that, you know, I was going to take all this to the dump and throw it, and the dump would have charged me $20. So I made $35 on that whole thing. So I got the rest of that carport to take down. I'm not going to do it today. What I am going to do is probably take a ride on the motorcycles this afternoon because I think today and tomorrow are our last good days before rain starts rolling in again. Alrighty, see you at the house. Let me talk a minute about the video I did about minimum wage. I had a guy, and I recognized these types immediately. You know, I mentioned that I went to Pizza Hut and Subway only because that's where I encountered the two really stupid people who weren't even worth $7 an hour. The whole point of the story had nothing to do with Pizza Hut and Subway. And the guy knew that. He was just being purposely obtuse. And I've met them kind before. They're the kind that if you said, well, the sky is blue today, he would say, well, it's not blue where I live, it's more of an indigo. So I've met enough of these types. I recognize them immediately and I block them. Who has time to waste with idiots like that? So let me just clarify for those that may have not gotten my point. My point wasn't that. My point is this. If you can't do a good job at $7 an hour and be competent at your job for $7 an hour, what makes you think you're worth $15 an hour? That is my point. How can you not do a very simple job in the air conditioning where little is required of you mentally, and you can't do a good job at $7 an hour, but somehow you think those efforts are worth $15 an hour? I'm done. That's all I got to say about that. I mean, and if you didn't catch what I was saying, then I don't know what more to add. But that one guy clearly tried to make a statement about Pizza Hut and Subway, which clearly it wasn't. Only somebody who was really stretching to look for a way to contradict me or argue with me would think it was a story about Subway or Pizza Hut. I can't tell you how many years of his life he sat just like that in the truck, looking out the window, going down the road, sitting on my lap, napping. I used to, when we were in the truck, I had a pillow that I would set. Right there where he's sitting, I would put a pillow and between me and the door, and he'd sit there all day. He'd look out the window, he'd nap. Sometimes he'd get down and Sonny would get up there. He ain't forgotten. All right, I'm working on this, whittling on it a little bit back here. And since this is connected still on both ends, I don't want to have to climb up there and take all my lights off and everything. So I'm taking this down in small chunks. What I'm doing is cutting in like about just past the third rib, and then coming down to the bend, and then cutting this out, and then coming up on the other side and cutting down here, and then cutting down below the bend a little at a time, because it's full of leaves and acorns and stuff, and they're still wet and heavy. So I don't want this thing to come crashing down all at once, so just taking it down in bite-sized chunks here. All right, I'm gonna load this up. I had one blade left and I have used that one blade up. So tomorrow early, I'm gonna go get me some more blades and finish this and get it over to the scrap dealer. So I'll give you a look at this. All aluminum, it's all aluminum, no steel. And I got one piece in here, and then I got these few pieces here. So take your best guess. What do you think? I'm going to say, I'll tell you what, this aluminum is much thicker. This roofing aluminum is much thicker than the other stuff. I'm going to say 85 bucks. I still got to pull this off, and I'm going to go ahead and pull that aluminum track off since I won't need it here. So I'm going to go ahead and combine this with the video of me bringing a steel over. And the next video, I'll tell you how much I got for this. Okay, I got this picked up. I got all that picked up. It's going to be a big load. I'm thinking I may be off. I'm thinking maybe closer to $100. We'll see. It's kind of interesting to guess. Alrighty, I'm gonna go drink a Coke, and in the morning I'm gonna get up and run up to the hardware store and finish this up and get it loaded up. And Bev's got a Roto-Rooter coming tomorrow. Oh, and I gotta be there with them so they don't try to, not that they would, but I'm telling you, there are unscrupulous people who see a woman and think they can tell them any kind of BS they want. They tried doing it on her car. They broke something. She took her car into Toyota for a recall. And in disassembling her dashboard to replace this part that was under recall, they broke a part of her dashboard. Well, they called her, telling her it's going to cost $500 to fix it. And I called them saying, whatever was broken on that dashboard, when we come pick it up, it better be fixed and a zero balance, because we're not paying you to fix something that you broke, especially since we only brought it to you because there was a recall on the airbags. Anyway, they fixed it. They didn't charge us anything, dirty bastards. And if they could have talked her into it, they would have. But there's unscrupulous people like that everywhere, and you gotta really be careful. If you're a woman, you really gotta pick your service people carefully, because there are some out there that'll try and cheat you. All right, I'm gonna drink a Coke and take a break and probably take a shower and get my shorts on and do some serious recliner surfing. How about it? You ready for the recliner? I think so.